YouTube Shorts. This part of YouTube has been blowing up recently from the massive $100 million fund that YouTube has given out to its creators. A lot of people are now flocking to make really good shorts, which are also getting millions of views to their channels, growing them overnight and making thousands in the process. I'll show you a method today that is currently working really well and making people tons of money. If you stay right to the end, you'll see how you can not only make money through YouTube's Creator Fund, but also double, triple, or even quadruple your profits from the techniques that I show you.
Yeah, boy.
Let's just get straight into it now. So our first step we need to take is picking a niche. For this example, let's just use funny cats, as this is a great niche for not only viral content, but also there are many different ways you can monetize it. We aren't going to be needing to film any of our own content either, so you don't have to worry about finding any animals to use. Now also, when you're looking for a niche yourself, feel free to play around with what you choose. Just make sure when you're finding one, you need to be certain it can be monetized through the technique I show you at the end, as this is where most of your money will be made. So now we've chosen the funny cats niche, we're going to have to use some of these videos. Before you pick any one at random, head over to the filter button at the top and select Creative Commons. This will then show videos that creators have said they're okay with others using, meaning you'll not get any copyright claims at all. You'll also find that most of these videos here aren't even the channel's own content anyway, and they have done the exact same thing to get them in the first place. Don't worry as well, we aren't going to be just re-uploading these videos, as they aren't shorts or in any of the right formats. Also, they're way too long for what we want to do. So to find the right video or videos that we should use, we need to make sure they're funny and they have the chance to go viral. If you just go into one here and then watch a few, you'll then be able to find a 30-second clip or so that seems good, and then just go ahead and pick that one. For now, let's just use this one here. Another good indicator of how good they'll be is the amount of views it's got. So this one's got 12 million or so I think that's going to be fine. Now we're on the video page here, we need to copy this and save it to our computer. We do this by pressing share at the bottom, so then this link will come up here, and then just press copy, and that's saved to your clipboard. Once you have that link copied, head over to Google and search for YouTube Downloader. These are some of the search results that will come up, but the one I use is just this one at the top here. However, most of them will do the same thing, so just pick any one. Once you're in one of these sites, you can then enter the link here in the search bar and then press start, and it will start downloading for you. Once it's processed, you can then pick what file format you want it in. Ideally, it's going to be the best to have it in the highest quality possible. Once you've done that, press get link, and then it will save your file. So while that's downloading, we can move on to the next step, which is then going to be how we're going to turn this video into a YouTube short. The free software that we'll be using is called Canva. I'm sure you've heard of it before. This is a great software, as the free version works for us and does everything we want. There are many different templates you can use, but the main thing we're going to use it for will be the video mobile format. So just go through video here at the top and then go to mobile video here. This is then where we can then create our short. Now you've selected that format, it will bring you in to an editor. From here, we then need to bring the clip in that we saved from YouTube. To do this, we head over to the left-hand side and find uploads. From here, you can then go through the files in your computer and find the one we saved from earlier. Once you've then found it and uploaded it, it will look like this. Now you'll need to select that file and bring it into your editor, so you can then change the format to a short. Simply click the video and then you'll have to just adjust it to fit it into the box. You will also want to leave a bit at the top and a tiny bit at the bottom as well. This gap will be used for a call to action later, helping us make more money. Before we then move on to the next step, we need to edit this clip so it's actually a short. This means we need to cut it down in length. To do this, you click on the video, and then in the top left it has a scissor icon. You can then click that and then cut it down to whatever part you want by using this scroller at the top. Just make sure it's under 60 seconds, but for now let's just do a 30-second clip. And obviously as well, make sure this is the funniest part of the video that you found earlier that you want to use. This will then make sure it becomes the most viral content you can possibly have. It also means people are then going to find it funny the whole way through, and then that will then increase the view time. Now we've completed the clip, we then need to make our call to action. This is where we'll then be making our money. As from the start, you won't be able to make money through YouTube AdSense, so we need to find other ways to use the views that we're getting and convert them into money. A call to action is a banner or piece of text that promotes a viewer to do something other than just watching the video, like this. So what we need to do here is direct them to our link in the description, which I'll explain what is going to be later on. To do this, we simply need to go over to the left hand side again and press text. You can use whatever one you like, just make sure they have 3 underneath. Just make sure you pick something that stands out for people to see. So now we've added it, make sure you add something like link in the description, making sure people understand that it's not just a video, there's something else that you can do after this video. Next, to make it even better as well, you can add elements. These could then be arrows or anything like that, just directing them in the same place. Just something else added that could make people go to the description and click your link. Obviously, don't leave it like something like this. This is extremely basic. You need to make sure you add extra things to it. This wouldn't really go viral, I'm sure. But for this example, this is all I'm going to do. So now you've completed the short, you'll need to save this to your files. So download this as an MP4 and save it to somewhere on your computer. Just press download at the top right here, and then it will come up with a downloading thing at the bottom. And once that's done, you can then move on to the next step. So before we move on to the monetization part of this method, we need to upload the video to our YouTube channel and properly optimize it so we rank in search and for SEO. To do this, just head over to the upload button in the top right hand corner of YouTube, and then this will pop up. You can then press select files and upload your file that you just saved from Canva. Now we have this video in our YouTube channel, you need to let it properly upload, but while it's doing that, we can add titles and descriptions. You need to think of an appropriate title to use, which includes strong keywords, so if someone was to search for them, you can rank highly. For now, I'll just put a title in and then go from there. Also, you should think about adding some emojis as well, as this could help your click-through rate. To finish off this title as well, make sure you add hashtag shorts to make sure YouTube filters it as one. Now add the same thing to the start of your description. This is just for SEO. This will again give you more keywords you can rank for. Under that here, you'll want to add a brief description of the video, making sure you can add as many keywords as possible to help your video get the most amount of views. This can be as long as you want. For a short, it doesn't need to be huge. Just make sure it has some sort of keywords in it that you're going to rank for. Don't worry about adding a thumbnail, just use whatever one it comes up with. You don't need this, as people can see it's a short, so they're more likely to actually click on it, as they'll know it's only going to be a maximum of 60 seconds. Once you've done that, move on to each of the upload steps and make sure you don't publish the video at the end. Just save it as a draft for now, because the next step will add our link in the description, and this is how we're going to actually make money. The final part of this method is the monetization of these shorts. With YouTube channels and many other social platforms, there are so many ways you can monetize them. For this niche, however, I think this way is possibly the best and has the highest ROI. The method that I'm talking about is called print on demand. I really think this will work the best, as this niche has such a high demand for items of clothing and products similar. If you just head over to a website called Teespring, this is then a print on demand store where you can fully customize products and have a functional store all online. This is also without you having to hold any stock or ship any products. All you need to do is get a sale, and then you can make profit from each product. Make sure you stick to the end of this method here as well, and I'll show you how much you can actually get paid per product. First of all, you're going to want to sign up. Once you've signed up, this should take only a few minutes. You can then start designing the products you want to sell. Click this button in the top right hand corner, and then you'll be taken over to thousands of templates. There are so many different products you can make, which is why this is really great, because you could fill out your whole store with different cat products for people to buy without having to deal with any of the customer problems and just taking home the profit. As you can see, they do mugs, pint glasses, t-shirts, jumpers, hoodies, vests. But for now, let's just use an example of a classic t-shirt so I can show you how all this works. There are a few things you can do to customize it. If you have some creativity and know what people like, then go ahead and make something yourself. Make sure it's funny or something that someone would actually wear. Also, the best way to make this is through that free software I showed you at the beginning. Use Canva to then create a design, and then you can upload it here through Teespring, or then just add text and make your own. However, if you don't have a creative side at all, then find inspiration using something like Google. So if we search funny cat t-shirts, this will then bring up lots of different ideas you could use, either replicating them or changing them slightly to become your own little saying. So let's just use this one as an example now. So if we use that there and we type this up now on Teespring, it will then look something like this. I know it's obviously not going to look amazing, as this is a very brief example, but what you could do is then use Canva or design it slightly better on here to then make it a lot better and make sure obviously people are going to buy buy it. I'm not too sure how many people would buy this. Also, I can now show you how much you'll be getting paid from each sale. On the left here, you can change the price of the shirt and see how much Teespring will take as a cut. So say we then sold it for $26, Teespring will take a certain amount out of that, and then we'll make $10 per sale. You can also change the price as well to get more. However, this is completely preference, but remember, you're selling an impulse buy item, so you need something that is still reasonable that someone will be able to quickly purchase. So something like $100 might be just a bit too much. Moving on, you can then see you can add multiple products all with the same print you just made before, allowing you to have multiple items on your store, making it look really nice and professional. This should definitely be something to do, but for now, let's just add one, use it as an example, and then move on. Make sure you fill out this whole left side here, adding in a description and a title to the product. Once you've finished though, then go to publish listing, and then your store will be complete. So now it's all done and published. This is our amazing store. Obviously, it's only very basic, so what your store should look like will be a lot better once you've customized it a lot more, making sure people really feel confident as they come to this store from your short. But we're not just done yet. The next step is then to make sure we connect our YouTube channel with the Teespring store. This is then done through that link in the description that we talked about earlier. So this is the link that you want. So just press copy link, then head back to your YouTube. If you've left it like this, then you can go straight back to details. If not, then go to your YouTube drafts and you'll find this video here. But before going over to YouTube, first head over to a website called TinyURL. This is then going to shorten the link, making it look more appealing to a customer rather than being long-winded and just a load of heap of numbers and letters. So put your link in the top here and press make tiny. It will then give you a shortened link that looks a lot better. So copy that, head back to your YouTube, and this is the one we can now use. Now we're back on the draft that we made earlier. Get to the description part and add something like top cat merch for any cat lover. Then after that, all you're going to do is enter your link to your store, and with your short it will then say link in the description. People can then come down, understand what it is through this part here, and then click that. That will then go straight to your store where people can then purchase, and you can make $10 per sale. Say you get 1,000 views, only 10 people go to your store and buy the product, you're then making $100 from 1,000 views. A quick tip as well with this, make sure you're posting regularly on your channel. Think of it almost as a TikTok account. You need to be getting out about 3 to 4 posts a day with this. This will really increase your chances of getting a viral video. Also, constantly test new ideas and products on your store to optimize it so you can then make the most money possible. These videos only take a short amount of time to make, so getting 3 or 4 out won't be a problem. Watch this video up next and make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video.